Hello. Welcome back to Let's Play Trials of Mana. I'm the Mysterious JG. And we're traveling towards the trade city of something starts with a B. On the orders of the Hero King, who he has finally dispatched us off on this quest, because at this point, although I don't really know of a way to see it in this, maybe in the adventure log, some kind of way. To Lauren, Hero King in danger. To Lauren, safe from harm. Dwarf Village, Moorbear Moors. Yeah, the story so far stuff is written in sufficient lack of detail that it can't tell that we did things slightly out of order. But the Hero King has sent us off on a quest to get the Wind Elemental because we've already gotten the Earth Elemental Gnome, who was played by I'm trying to think. I'm losing my mind here. It's like I don't know. It's like Buddy Ebsen. I think it seems like he was doing the voice of Gnome or Junior Samples or somebody. Meanwhile, but before Gnome, we got the Spirit of Light, whose I guess his name was Lumina. He was played by either Charles Nelson Riley or Paul Lind, depending on whether you're playing the Twitch or the PS4 version. But now we're off to get the Spirit of Wind, which is going to involve some new stuff. Stop. But yeah, we're going to come to this zone which had been unavailable for a while. And you actually have time to kind of shop for targets here. That's the one thing. The quick cast stuff is neat, but it's less menuing. But it's actually, in some sense, not as good because you can't target the one who could most use a full force blast of element, as she just said. How's that?
What a joke. Don't worry, I've got you win.
We weren't worried, you know? Just throwing that out there.
Right. You win.
You can see Angela has full MPs because she actually has an ability that is letting her get MPs. But here, yeah, no real story explanation. That guy who was stopping us from entering just isn't there anymore, now that the plot wants us to come here. And there was some explanation for why we wouldn't be allowed into the city. But yeah, this was the plot barrier. This was the equivalent of, in order to get here early without completing the plot missions, you would need to drive a car up to the edge of the, edge of space and exit in such a way that you fall down and land on the subway, and then you can walk across the Staunton Island. This is where we would have to have glitched the game to get past. But now we're here, legit. And it is Merchant Town Bizer, aka the Weezand of Kados. Just a little, like, title screen, like, graphic of the place, and the name of it appearing reminds me of Tales of Vesperia. Not that I think they invented that, but...
Bizer is amazing. I've never seen such a busy town.
There's like
this many shoppers, they must have some fashionable stores around.
There's literally.
Be able to board a ship to Apollo here. Let's go to the docks.
I'm just really surprised at how much dialogue there was there. There's literally 2 people visible. I've never seen such a busy town. There are fewer ships coming into the harbor of late, but it's still the biggest city you've ever seen, I guess. In the sea south of Bizer sits Boika Island. I heard some sailors talking about how the volcano could erupt any minute. Not that that'll be a plot event later. I'm not sure why I'm on that kick, but... Boika Island in the South Seas, I hear there's a village of monsters there. Not that that will be relevant later. Oh, little cactus. Coming to get you. Woo. Couple wishes. Okay. That's not a little cactus, but it's something. Whoa. What? Yeah, these are purely decorative houses. I appreciate that they want to give this place a different feel from other cities, but they didn't do too much with the art design. Just the, I guess other characters than Angela would have some equivalent dialogue with Fairy about, wow, this place is busy. And it might be more apparent if we were here during the daytime. Because it just seems kind of weak sauce now that it's like, oh, I've never seen such a busy city that looks exactly the same as every place else. Stardust herb. Stardust melody. I didn't mean to leave. So let's go right back in. Kids think this house is haunted. Ha, I'm still kicking. I sweep the night market buildings during the day. That's why I'm never home. Oh, as a matter of fact, I believe if we came around during the day, there'd be kids outside saying, that house is haunted. I hear noises at night. But there is, in fact, a night market here, and it's, tonight on Night Gallery. There's a night market here, and it's kind of important for plot purposes. Some say the Merchant Guild runs by it, but it's really just a bunch of old coots around town trying to sound important. Laughable. Ha 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 ha, I say. My granny always says she wants to go to the night market, but as soon as it gets dark, she's out like a light. Yeah, it is a mysterious item called a Mina Mallet, but even the Merchant Guild that runs the night market hasn't gotten its hands on it. So, your granny is lights out, but I don't see her. Suppose... Oh, this would be her. Zzz. Oh, that's her hair. I thought she was wearing a sleep mask. I was like, well, Granny, if you'd like to stay up late and do things at night, not wearing a sleep mask would probably help. And if you're like, but JG, somebody put the sleep mask on her when they helped her get into bed because she was so tired. And to you, I would say, bah. If she was tired enough to need to be put into bed, she's not the kind of person who needs a sleep mask to stop her from being woken up by a little bit of light. So I've totally owned you in this logical debate, fictional person that I am arguing with.
Welcome. Lots of wares to browse.
We got a lamellar armor. I find it odd that in the inventory screens, apparently there is some kind of character order. It only shows you equipment for characters in your party, not the characters who are not. But there's clearly some kind of like default character, because Duran is ahead of Angela in all the inventory screens, even though she's our main character.
Looks good.
And now I don't remember if it's I love shopping or I'll put this to use. One of them is armor, one of them is Wappets. But
Good choice.
I love shopping.
yeah, I was thinking that it makes sense for the clothing one to be I love shopping.
Ooh, exciting.
Come again.
I'm so excited that you're here in my shop. I'm not even sure if I'm doing Charles Nelson Riley or Paul Lynde. And depending on how old you are, I'm not sure if you know who either of those people are. Eep. This merchant town is full of artisans selling their wares. Gotta watch myself or I'll end up spending too much. You can never spend too much. It's buy on credit. I'll take care of the bills after I become Queen of Reason. Yeah, that person does not have a you can interact with me thing over their head, so I just gotta stop.
Welcome. Lots of wares to browse. This is good quality.
So, okay, let's see, we're not that hard to find. Like, I was surprised, hey, there's an actual piece of gear in one of these treasure chests, and it was one that was hard to find. It's like one town ahead of what we could already get at that point in the story, so not that huge of a deal.
Good choice.
Oh, I can't believe you picked one of the 3 items in my shop.
Good work.
Did she say good work or could work? Well, could work. Decisive action. common mail. Any old loser can have this mail. It's not as cool as the lamellar armor or the bee gown. The bee gown indicates that the wearer is a real bitch. Oh, it's the inn that would have the item pot. Oh, there's Charliotto. She is chatting away with somebody. You've been journeying. What a large undertaking. Go on, I'm not running errands for my mommy. Don't insult a mature young woman like that. She's not. She's saying you're on a journey. Whatever. Now, Charlotte does, like, I'm not clear on how we're meant to treat Charlotte. Like, she does act like a kid. It's not like Baby Herman from, like, you know, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where it's, like, obvious, oh, okay, well, this person is supposed to be a full-on adult who people treat like a baby because of their appearance. Like, this is, no, she acts like a little child. She acts like a child to me. This is, as I say, I didn't notice this path over here, but that appeared to be the tiniest inn ever. Did somebody leave a note? Is that Melania leaving a note for never mind.
Welcome.
I'm gonna save and not bother to use the inn because I don't think it matters right now. I thought I'd saved up a whole lot more of these than I did, I guess. Angela has a really over-involved, you have not input any movement commands for a while pose. The night market is looking for more entertainers. I don't suppose you're a dancer, miss. I know I have that look. Alright, so we're not required by the story to come here yet, but I mean we can make our plot required trip faster if I just talk to all the NPCs now. Welcome to the night market. You'll never find yourself alive again. You're interested in the night market? Aren't you a little young to be out so late? You're an adventurer, right? If you need to go somewhere, come by the docks and see me. I'll be the guy with no pants. Whoa.
Welcome. Lots of wares to browse.
So he's selling the boring-ass shit, but Poto Oil recovers all allies' HP and is... Apparently, like somebody was saying in the I was saying, and I didn't know this, I read this, like, oh, you can actually buy a healing item that heals all characters, so it's really good. And they were like, oh, I never paid attention to mid to late game items. I don't think we're in a mid game yet. This is available early. We cannot, like, fully stock up on them, but we can afford to buy quite a few. And apparently this is the main thing you spend your money on after a certain point in the game, because these are just really good. They make it so you don't need Charlotte, or you don't need Charlotte in your party at all, and you really don't need to turn Duran or Kevin, who can be, like, kind of mixed bag healers / attackers. You don't need them to be healers either. You can just use Poto Oil for everything. I never thought I'd find one of these. Where did they get this? Well, I'd have to switch my inventory around, but I believe, because I believe in battle in this game, it may work that, I think it may work that, oh, hold on. Magic items, Poto Oil, Candy Cup Wishes, Chocolate Sahagan Chip. What I don't know for sure is if you're in battle, yeah, I think you have the entire inventory stockpile to go through. So I think if you could, I think, and I was saying something contrary to this in a prior video, but now that I'm looking at it, I think if I had 99 of these, I could use all 99 in a single battle, if that's what it took to win the battle. Looking for labor? Normally I'd offer you a deal on indentured servants, but I'm sold out. Somebody already bought the last bratty boy I had. That kid had a few screws loose, kept saying he was a prince or something. Oh, you just seem like a real charming guy. Selling slave labor. Hey, it's that noble from Chad. Oh, welcome to the Merchants Guild Market. You won't find these wares in any other shop. Careful, these are some dangerous items for sale in the night market, but it's hard to get your hands on them elsewhere. Of course, I'm not actually selling anything, but... People's lives are 100% destiny. Your future's already decided. There is no hope. Don't bother. She's a phony fortune teller. She's not like Miss Cleo, man. You know, you can always reset your trading points and try again. It'll cost you, though. So who wants their points reset? Angela, how much will that cost? That'll be $28.50, Luca. No. I see, a bunch of time wasters. Is that it? So apparently you can completely reset your training points periodically, and I'm not sure. It's not something that came up in the prior game, or the prior version, and I'm not sure when it would be useful here, but you can do it.
Lots of wares to browse.
So this is another place. If you bought a bunch of stuff here, between them, these items allow you to apply different kinds of magic damage. You can put different elements damage on your Woppets. You can also boost different things. So, like, the scales, I think, are the most useful. Because this particular party, eventually, on her second class change, Charlotte, one of the primary things that makes her useful is she will have a spell that reduces all of an enemy's debuffable stats. So there would be no point in getting some of these things, which will actually reduce... Actually, I don't think they sell the items here. There might be someplace else you can buy the items that reduce an enemy's stats. But we can buy this thing that boosts your attack. We can buy the thing that boosts magic, attack, and defense. We can buy the thing that boosts defense. I thought there was another scale that boosts like agility, but you know what? Agility isn't in this game because it didn't work properly in prior games anyway. So the most useful thing to get from him are the defense, attack, and magic booster items. There are too many choices. I don't know what to do. Oh, this is a perfect buy this for me. I thought there was another guy selling crazy...
Well, lots of wares to
But
browse.
you're selling really... Well, okay, you're selling Poto oil, but otherwise you're selling pretty boring stuff. Bumpkin deals wood damage. Okay.
Come again.
Because I have been collecting those as we go. In the sea south of Bezers, it's Buka Island. I heard some sailors talk about how the volcano could erupt at any minute. You may have heard this story before. The dancing Aurora sisters in the night market are so light on their feet, one glance you'll be swept up in their performance. It will no longer bother you that you never learned to use magic, Angela. That's right. Because Jose is stalking her.
We're the Aurora sisters, famed entertainers of the night market. Shall we dance for you?
It will cost 80 bajillion gold. Yeah, you might as well watch them dance. They seem to be a little out of time with the music. With the footwork, anyway. I mean, they're completely synchronized with each other. I mean their footwork, before anyone gets any ideas. But, it's actually more fun in the previous game. It's these little, like, SNES era sprites where they're all spinning around and stuff. The thought of the Aurora Sisters granted you a new ability. Magic Switch. Aurora Sister Chain ability increases magic attack by 5% in battle. So there we go. It's one of those little things where that was just a cute little thing you could see in the previous game that didn't really do anything for you in this game. It gives you a, you know, an ability. That's nice.
Welcome. Lots of wares to browse.
So
Oh, good choice.
I will buy A few of these.
You come again? Oh, good choice. You come again? Oh, good choice.
And I'm kind of not sure, now that I think about it, why did I bother to do that? Because I'm going to be loading anyway and have all the money I need and not have bought those items, but whatever. Let's continue, because we're actually... I've got one dungeon to go before I load, actually, so... I keep talking about this big point coming up where we're going to load and be way over level. It's not too far off now. It'll be nice for me, because it'll mean any additional plot stuff we see is not stuff I already saw off-screen. Our ship sails to Palo Port. Did you know the town of Palo is the base of the mountain territory of the Kingdom of Laurent? No, I didn't. You also don't know how to use magic, hey! Well, I'm preparing to be the guy from the night market. I'm preparing to cast off, but it takes a while. Why don't you take a walk and come back in a little bit? Investigate the town. Okay, so there's some dialogue we needed to see that I didn't see or wasn't available to see just yet. Shh. Look there on the horizon. I saw something move. I bet it was a ghost ship. I heard some skippers talking about it. Oh, I wish I could ride on a ghost ship. It's always been my dream. Oh, sorry, I'm Mateo, and yes, as you can see, I'm obsessed with the supernatural. I really hope the ship's haunted.
Why the obsession, though? Oh. I'm not afraid, though, if that's what you think.
Weird how they voice acted her response to him, but they didn't bother to voice act him. I would have thought you would go one way or the other with that. You know, either don't voice act it or voice act it. I mean, it ain't hurt me none. I just thought it was odd. Welcome to the outdoor cafe, where we leave a block of cheese sitting out overnight. Welcome to Bizer. I'm the tourism board for our fair merchant town. You don't look like you're from around here. Is this your first time? Make sure to visit our famous night market. It's one of a kind. You'll find rare items for sale. And don't forget to watch the Aurora Sisters' captivating sideshow. You won't regret it. Oh, before I forget, the night market is only open at night. Enjoy. Head to the port. Okay, well that's what we needed to see, and we've seen it. So to say, should I save before we hop on the boat? I guess I will. It only takes a second.
Welcome.
In theory, I could have rested till morning just so we could see the daytime dialogue, but I know at some point the story will make us come back to this town, so we'll have another chance to chat with the locals. And, you know, Duran mentioned not overspending. Oh, never mind. It's daytime. Okay, let's talk to the locals. Duran mentioned not overspending, but in fact, I spent more money in this town than we spent for quite a while. Now, I don't want to say the whole game up to this point put together, but we spent a good bit buying like 6 each of a couple of items. An off-limits part of town? No, you just wait till nightfall. Same thing I say. Like, I've stayed here all night and day, ready to tell people about that boat. Night market is looking for more entertainers. I cannot wait for nightfall. I'm going to sell a bunch of knickknacks of my late husband left behind. Once it's dark, the night market is open for business. Gotta wait until dark. Why don't you go take a walk in the park? And head over to Harvard Square. Park the car in the garage. Hey, look, there's a hidden treasure. I said that in a Boston accent, but you just didn't notice. This is the Birch Town, whatever, who cares? Hi, I'm still Durant. I don't know what. Why am I talking to the NPCs if I'm not going to bother to read what they say? Why aren't you selling? Why aren't these selling? Ugh, you there. What do you think of these wares? I'll cut you a deal. What is it that you're selling? I mean, I actually might be interested. These are some of the most renowned shops in land. You can even buy exotic foods and spices. What strikes your fancy today? You have any, Altenish food? No, we don't eat that garbage. The dancing Aurora Sisters of the night market are so light in their feet, you can't use magic. Candy's so tiny, you're It's that old Conan O'Brien bit. What the hell? Candy's so tiny, you're a douchebag. It doesn't make sense. It was just a phrase from Conan O'Brien back when he was hosting Late Night on NBC. I have books from all corners of the world. What? Books are too unwieldy to take on an adventure? Why, of all the insane notions. It's kind of neat. I mean, like in real life, God, in ages past, when I wasn't fighting the C word, I don't mean that C word, and COVID wasn't a thing, I would go for beach vacations with the family. They had a big used bookstore that you could see on the road to our beach house, but it was out of business, and it had been out of business since before the first year we ever went. And I just found it really depressing. It's like, oh, there's a little cactus. That's super depressing. I was like, oh, a big used bookstore. That's kind of fun. Like, for me, it's like, yeah, that's kind of fun, but I know my sister would love it. It'd be nice to point that out to her as a place to go. And nope, it's closed. People don't buy books no more. I'm not going to bother with going indoors to talk to people because I think the dialogue that changes is mostly going to be the outdoor dialogue. This place is quite dull during the day, but not at night. There are flashing lights and strange noises. I bet you anything it's a ghost. Oh, sorry, Mateo. As you can see, I'm obsessed with supernatural. I really hope this building's haunted. Hee hee hee. Wait, so it's not ghosts? Phooey. Oh, I think you only tell him that if you've been inside and talked to the old guy. See that guy muttering to himself over by that house? What is he doing? Now, presumably this guy will be asleep. Well, no. Oh, that's right, because he's a janitor in the night market, but he works at the night market. Wait, hold on. I'm not sure I quite captured this. Either he's sleeping in a back room we can't get to in his house, or he works during the day. Yeah, he works during the day in the night market, which we can't get into because it's locked and closed, but he's working in there during the day. Some say the Merchant Guild runs better, but they can fuck off. That's a mysterious item called a minor mallet, but you already talked to me, so why don't you move on with the plot, JG? What the hell? What the hell, indeed. So let's, well, there was the lady who was from the, quote, tourism board. See if she's got anything new and different to say during daylight hours. Oh, there are some new folks over here. There's a shop that's only open at night. I want to go see, but my bedtime's too early. I want to see the Dancing Aurora Sisters. The trade route between the port towns of Bizer and Maya has always been profitable. And you do not seem to have dialogue, so... Welcome, same thing as before. Second verse, same as the first, but for me a lot better and for you a lot worse. Be prepared. See ya. What a huge boat. Where did it come from? I don't know that there's ever anything that comes out of that bit of dialogue. What a huge boat. Where did it come from? I'm generic, man. Anyways, alright, so we'll call it a video here. Did I get anything done during this video other than wandering around the town of Bizer? I don't think I did. When we come back next time, we will not be wandering around in the town of Bizer. We will be taking a boat to the next place that the story wants us to visit and finding out what's going on there. But we found a little cactus and 5 out of 5 treasure boxes. It seems unlikely there's 2 little cactuses hidden here. So, I think we're kind of done with this place until the plot makes us come back. And it will only make us come back to do a plot-required trip to the night market, which won't take too long. But we will get to that eventually, and we will get to the next town next time. See you then, guys.